Welcome to Povo Community for Justice. I'm Apostle Cecil Hatchett, and I just want to let all you wonderful people out there in TV land know that I was expecting Brother Broussard and another young lady who was supposed to be here as well, and hopefully they'll be here shortly, and they'll come in, and then I'll put them on the show. But I just want everybody to know that's how it works here. You're all welcome, and it's about being on time. Of course, a lot of times things just don't work out right, and that's what's happening right now. Now, I guess I'm going to discuss my situation because I'm trying to sue these people, Aquin, Millennium, and the U.S. Bank, because they're trying to, they got me making payments on my property, and they continue to do so, and I need to stop that or stop them. So that's where I'm coming from. So I just want all you people out there in TV land to know that's what's going on. And generally, when you got a good case, you're trying to bring a lot of people in to your situation to help eliminate the problem. So that's where I'm coming from right now. So I'm going to let you people know that I got a bunch of guests that'll be here shortly, and then I got a lot of problems that I got trying to eliminate, and I'm gonna eliminate them. But through prayer and through faith and through fasting, these problems get eliminated, or they'll be brought to your awareness, as well to my awareness, that these things can be dealt with. So I've been paying money for years to these people that are trying to steal my property, and that's why it's a legal situation, because generally what happens to it, oh, thank you, Cecil. Okay. That's what happens is when you're trying to steal someone's property, a Negro, Black, African American, you're trying to do so below the radar. But the problem is, I'm the problem, because I'm not going for it, and I'm not gonna let people rip me or my children off, or let me die, or want me to die, or drop dead, or whatever the title is of 2017, and then the whole situation eliminated, because they'll sit there and act like, well, he's not here to defend himself. Well, I'm here right now in the flesh, alive and well, healthy, and I'm defending myself because for years Millennium has wrote up some bogus contract, and then the U.S. Bank came because Millennium fled from Oregon or left Oregon or whatever the case may be, disbanded or went out to rip other people up. I don't know what they did, but whatever they did, here I am with this mortgage, or they're trying to give me a mortgage, but people are trying to act like they're trying to reduce a mortgage that my property's been bought and paid for way back when my kid was about 4 years old or 5 years old or whatever the age is. So, and now here we are, these people are I'm trying to say, I need to get a line of credit, because now that my kids were grown, I'm saying maybe we can do something that can generate revenue, because that's what I'm interested in. But between the system trying to incarcerate me, put me in jail, or play me out of pocket, and give me the plea bargain to cons, oh, we'll just give you 15 days in jail or 10 days in jail, some silly title. I'm looking like, look, I don't care about going to jail or being arrested or locked up. I don't care. I'm innocent, and I'm just going to clear my name eventually. But I basically did the sentence because that's how the system works, because nobody's in a hurry to free Negro, colored, Black, African Americans. So the deal is, well, we'll try and get him on something genuine, but they couldn't, because I've been living all these years and and here I am, don't have no problems with nobody. Everything's working out perfect. Everything's going very smoothly, as it always was. But the deal is, when you go to these court cases, you get these lawyers sitting over here, and people look them straight face and trying to work a con, or trying to beat you out of your property, or trying to dirty up your last name. So the deal was that we'll just lock him up, because we tried to make a deal with him. He didn't buy into it, and we'll just threaten to give him a bunch of time, because we can give him a bunch of time, because we got it on record that you can just do what we want to do to a human being, or a Negro, colored, black, African American, and we can do anything we want to do. And we know that he don't have no good lawyer, because he's a court-appointed lawyer, and some lawyer just not doing his job, and or can't do a job, or can't deal with the D.E.A. And so there you are. So off to jail or prison you go. So it's so horrible. It's about people playing games with human beings' lives. So this is what I was going to discuss next week, but I'm just bringing the topic to your attention because the people I was expecting, I guess, are here now. Are they here? Are you here? I still don't see them. So that's what I'm speaking about now. And in the future, I'm bringing a district attorney to my show, and hopefully he'll have some great things to say and help a lot of Negro, colored, black, African Americans move forward, because you need someone to help you move forward, especially in a judicial sense, and hopefully bring your cases to light or get things resolved or solved. So hopefully, I saw him in the other studio B, but he told me to send a message, and he'll come, and I'm looking forward to him coming here. So that's what I'm doing. So again, you're trying to get the F.B.I. involved and whoever else involved, because you're trying to clear your name up. But I did all that time in prison, but nobody tried to help me or get nothing done. I've been on my show for 8 years, and nobody's really trying to come or be on the show, or they talk about they want to be on the show or coming to the show, but people talk, and I'm not mad, because I do shows irregardless. And God Almighty will bless me with conversations to let people know that there's a lot of things that people say on television. I'm always looking at the news or different shows that speak, thinking they're speaking the truth, but then I find out they're just blowing things out of proportion. Like when I was telling you about people dying of opiates, all that stuff. They got a drug addiction, and they're messing around, and they're sick, and they're in bad shape, but nobody's trying to do nothing about it. But these are the people that make a lot of money, so they can get good drugs. Not like poor people, they got to keep selling for smoking cocaine, snorting, or snorting drugs of different types, or making up drugs of different types that are to their detriment. But these are people that have drug problems that they get through the doctor. And a lot of people get their drugs through the doctor, and their dad takes them to get injuries from skiing, or to get injuries from whatever they're doing. And then here they are, now they're in bad shape, and they're trying to get better. And so if the dad is taking some drugs, the kids will watch him take drugs and find out they are good drugs, or those very expensive drugs, and so they start taking them, and it dropping dead like flies. So I'm just telling you that is terrible, because more people are dying from drug overdoses or opiate overdoses, which is sad, because there's certain kind of drugs that can just destroy your body. And I wish you people out there in TV land would look at the news and get better information or more accurate information, because I'd be interested in trying to get good information for you, but I can get the highlights and cover a lot of very important information, and there you are. And I'm talking about people or just dying in the 100,000s or whatever the number may be, but I was saying in the millions. And when I was speaking with my son on the phone, he made mention that there's a type of people, a lot of people that are dying, but it's not putting car accidents and gunshots together. It's like people are dying from car accidents or from being killed in car wrecks, and people are dying from opiates. So it's horrible, and my prayers go out to all you people that either quit and cease and desist or whatever you need to do, but quit playing with drugs and quit trying to look high side and act like you got it all. The only thing you're gonna have it all is death. So that's the problem that I'm trying to communicate to all you people out there. Did my guests, did they show up yet? Not yet. Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make sure they weren't in here and I just didn't see them. Okay. So these are the things that are very important, and it's important that you get this information. I had a party who was telling me that there's a show out on opiates. Sister Elliott told me about that. It's a very important movie to see, but it takes people's breath away and do all kind of horrible things. And she was wanting me to see it, and I planned to see it, but I never got a chance to do so. But I have cable, and I was going to play it, but I was so tied up in so many other things I didn't get a chance to do so. And then, of course, I thought I had a bunch of people coming here. I was preparing my mind for receiving them or getting them here, but they hadn't shown up. So, again, I'm looking forward to that the FBI or the police or whoever gets involved when people are trying to steal your property, that may justice be served, because that's what I'm trying to do. Because I know that they'll be looking, or I pray that they'll be looking, but when it's like when our president Donald Trump is lying or through his teeth or saying things that aren't true at all, then he's forgiven all the time. Tons of people just thinking, well, he's kind of right, or it kind of makes sense to me, or who cares if he's not telling the truth or whatever. But I'm just saying that pay attention. And when people are taking down all those signs and all that other stuff, and that was on months ago, but tearing down all the different signs and doing things, people are sick and tired of all this problems that we have as human beings. Everybody's trying to move forward, and people are trying to do things that are beneficial to them every day, and not have to deal with that chaos and the foolishness that is taking place all the time. So if you get a chance and to do what's right, then do what's right. But what I'm saying is that, but don't be trying to put yourself in harm's way to be put in prison or get your name tore up from the floor up, or get yourself incarcerated for whatever length of time, or playing with different weapons because you want to go out and act a fool and talk crazy, or because the person to the left or the right of you is doing it. You have to pay blessed attention and not put yourself in a position to be in a hopeless or helpless situation. Very, very important. So come on in. All right. So I got one of my guests is here right now, Brother Broussard.
Yes, sir.
But the young lady never showed up.
She's not here?
No, I haven't seen her. Did your friend show up?
Huh?
The mic is here.
We in good shape.
Yes.
We in good shape.
Okay, well, we're in good shape, and that's easy living. So I want all you people out there in TV land to know that Brother Bruce Broussard is here, and we're just going to go on with the show.
Yeah. I think you were talking about opioid, too.
Yes, I was talking about
Awesome.
opioid.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Been spending a lot of time on the vets.
Okay.
What I mean? Because
Okay.
that's a very major issue.
Yes.
With reference to what I've been reaching out to vets. That has been a major discussion among the veterans community.
Okay.
And in fact, last week in our Thursday meetings, that was one of the major issues we were talking about. And from the veteran standpoint, they were looking at the medications that are being given out to vets, kind of reviewing their cases, because many of those guys were complaining about the fact they were getting too many pills and things of that nature. You got me?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Very
They were
so.
complaining about
They
getting
were
too many
complaining
pills.
big time, and they were getting all sorts of withdrawals and things of that nature. And
Yes.
and they had those concerns, but until it became an issue,
Amen.
it wasn't addressed.
Yeah,
Okay?
well, I'm glad it became an issue because it has to be addressed.
And I think one of the things that we were looking at was that that's a very monetary program, if you will. There's a lot of money behind opioids.
Trump set aside billions of dollars for opioids.
There's lots of money along that.
Yes,
line,
and it's all about. I'm saying when you're talking about drugs,
right.
He eliminated or skipped over all the other drugs that we have, people smoking and getting high and all that stuff, but he concentrated on medication and how he wants to help people that make good money. If they get hooked, well, we got all the money that you need to get better. But
didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So in all due respect, you're right, and in fact, what happened was that after the issue got on the table, okay,
right,
there was, in all due respect, there were a number of savings, if you will, within the Veterans Administration,
right,
because of the over expenditure within that arena.
Okay.
And that's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Because the issue was brought to the table.
Okay.
And I think that's a good thing.
Good.
And as a result of that, guys are able to share that thought and get off of those kinds of things, if you will.
Absolutely, get clean. I mean, get your health back.
Exactly.
But as well, get your health back and get your body clean.
Yes.
And go forward, not just stay hooked and be out of touch with reality.
Right.
You know?
And they were also, you know, the other thing about opioids is that, you know, in all due respect, vets doing that Korean era and Vietnam era and our present Iraqi area, the war aspect, that's because a lot of guys were coming back in as alcoholics too, big time.
That's horrible.
And they were complementing those drugs, if you will, with the alcohol.
That's horrible.
That was a horrible situation aspect of it. And many of those guys were having withdrawals and this, that, and the other.
Real bad.
And that's why it's a major issue right now in the VA, because many of those guys were also coming, because, you know, the VA have really been doing some good things, some great things as far as homelessness with the vets.
Oh, great. I'm glad. I'm very happy.
And when they were reaching out to those guys, a lot of those guys were, again, opioids and booze. You got me? The marijuana thing wasn't as much of an effort as the opioids and the booze aspect of it. So consequently, a lot of those guys would come in, and the VA would interview them and this, that, and the other, and put them in a facility.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they would have all kinds of problems.
Right.
They don't play around. They throw you out.
Yeah.
They don't waste no time. And what's interesting about it is that I chatted with some of the people over there working in that area, and also some of the guys, and I said, Bruce, they don't mess around. If you mess up, you got to go.
Yeah, you got to go.
You got to go.
Yeah.
And there's no argument. There's no retaliation of the individuals that did. But naturally, the concern is that they have issues. They got problems. You got
right.
And so then they got to go up. They got to go the other way. They got to go to the bottom of the line, the back of the line.
The back of the line until they get their mind straight. And if I want to get healthy,
they can have a place. But you got to be in the military. And all you just think about it, you got barracks and all that other good stuff aspect of it. and you know what the rules are.
Oh, you know, yeah, and they're very strong.
And they're very
stringent.
strong.
Yes.
And if you don't know what the rules, the tenants will tell you what the rules
Oh,
are.
yes, yes, they will.
You'll have them blanket parties. You know, remember them days?
Oh,
Had
yeah.
them blanket parties and stuff like that. You know, so you got sober quick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to straighten up and fly right.
They take you out.
Yeah.
They take you out because I can still remember those days. I would never do anything like that.
I hear.
But the thing about this, when I remember those days, the blanket parties, and in fact, they wouldn't have blanket parties. They just pull you out, snatch you out the bed, and put you up there in the showers and just turn the cold water on you.
The ice water.
Ice water.
Yes,
on
sir.
You.
Yes,
and
sir.
you get sober quick.
Oh, yes.
And the
yes.
next morning, you clean it up.
Yes. Oh, yes.
You clean
yes.
it up. And nobody else cleans it up.
Right.
You
right.
clean it up.
Yeah, you clean up your own mess.
You clean
yeah.
up your own mess aspect of it, and you know, and that's something to be said in all due respect about the homeless situation that we have in here within the city, all over for that matter.
Right.
And you know, that's why I always look at the VA and the facility up in Vancouver and the like. It's almost like our own sanctuary city. Because it's clean right there. The moment you go through that gate,
right,
and there's my point, it's open. You
right.
have no guards there, no EMPs, whatever. But the moment you go in there, there's no cigarette butts all on the sidewalks.
No, there's not. There's not.
Nobody's using 4-letter words or this,
right.
that, and the other. Everybody's walking in right. You know what I mean? And
yeah, amen.
Quiet.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So if you got an issue, a brother there will take care of you.
Oh yes.
But if you're making any problems, a brother will take care of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's no room for problems.
Yeah, they get tore up on the floor.
Right. It's a facility what we use to take care of you.
Absolutely.
You're supposed to be taking care of folks. Folks are there to basically deal with the issues that they're having to deal with.
And they get better.
Yes. And then that's a very important piece. And so hopefully I'm sharing that to say that maybe that's something we need to kind of let the officials that are running our city and all those other officials that are kind of like addressing the issue of homelessness, they may need to come and take a tour.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'd be more than willing to take them through that. If you
I hear you on that.
Or they can come on your show, Cecil.
Oh, they welcome 100%.
Let them know, because I know you record this. And you got YouTube and you got everything else.
Yes.
So they can even visualize the conversation we're having right now.
They can. And they can look at it and reflect on it.
That's right. And you got, there's no news. I know you will ask the right question.
Absolutely, because we plan to win and we in it to win.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
So that's a very key piece, you know, and I think that's a very important situation. So, but at the same time, here we are looking at Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You know what I
mean?
Yes,
we are.
And we have a homeless problem here in our city, the city of Roses aspect of it. And they're still talking about the housing for vets.
Yes.
Is it low income housing? They don't have no money. so the key is that you don't call it affordable housing. So you talk it should be shelter. You know, get them out the weather. See, that's the difference between low income housing and shelter.
Yeah. Right?
You got me? The idea is you get them out of that inclement weather, all that rain and stuff, and get them off the street and put a roof over their head so they can at least stay dry for a minute.
And they can get a great big building.
That's right, anything.
Most of the people that are living in the bushes or under trees.
Oh, it's insulting. It's insulting.
It's insulting,
and then you're urinating and all this other stuff around
Absolutely.
the deal. I mean, you just don't do that. Like I said, we at our sanctuary city.
Yes.
We don't have that problem.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, but it's my understanding that the state of Oregon and the city of Portland now is a sanctuary city.
Absolutely,
But then I look at the definition of that sanctuary city, it's not the same.
No,
they need
true.
to take some. Like I said, I'll give them a tour. The one I know of, the one I go to, I'll give them a tour. But as far as I'm concerned, we got a problem, and we still have a problem with the homeless aspect of it. And I would hope that they'd hurry up and put these people in a shelter situation. Like you said, they've got buildings all over the place here.
Yes, they do.
Vacant and this, that,
that
and
are vacant buildings.
And so why don't we just go on and get them in there, even if it's on a temporary basis.
And they can do that, and we got the money.
Yeah, we got the money. We got the money.
I keep hearing that they're saying they don't have the money, but they got the money.
Right.
If a war broke out, all of a sudden we got the money now.
That's right. Or an earthquake.
Or earthquake or something like that. You see, they talking about we got endless money for earthquakes in Florida. We got endless money in Texas and all these other places where we've had earthquakes.
Exactly. Well, the whole issue with the storms and the weathers and this, that, and the other. You know, we need shelter.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need shelter.
People need to be warm.
Yeah, you know, the idea of affordable housing. the definition of housing to me is that's the thing that we're trying to achieve. You know, everybody wants to achieve that American dream. You know,
Yes.
I want my house for myself, even though you never pay for it. Even though you're dead, you're still paying them taxes, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you got a house, and a house is a whole different ball game
Well,
than shelter.
I have a house, like I just was saying a little earlier too. But these people are trying to beat me out of my house. I won't let them do it.
Yes,
but
right.
that's the problem.
Right.
Is that they're trying to illegally, and everybody's trying to look straight face. Because I signed the paperwork and did the paperwork, but I was signing for something different, and all of a sudden he's trying to treat me like you just bought a house just recently. I'm saying I bought the house over 40-some years ago. What are these clowns talking about? And the people at Millennium, the people that I thought was helping me, they weren't helping me. They were working their own little scam.
To get your
trying to get my property.
Yes. Well, you know, you make another good point, and that's one of the reasons why I'm considering running for the county commissioner, because part of the commission's job, I'm talking about Multnomah County Commission,
yes,
are senior citizens.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Senior is a big issue aspect of
is somebody,
and that was her, I think. And housing.
Is somebody out there, Cecil?
No, I'm here.
No, it's
okay.
But you know, it's like housing, you know, for seniors. You know what I mean? And I think that's a very critical point here within our city. I mean, we're building pretty fast aspect of it, and your issue right now should be something that they should be able to look at. You got my point. A place for you to go.
Yes, they should.
And look at the papers and this, that, and the other. And my point, I mean, is to keep you in your house. That's where I'm kind of coming from. You get my point?
But I'm not trying to just that was where the con was working. They saying, well, look, we can let you stay in your house until you drop dead. But you know, people are always trying to act like. Then next thing you know, somebody gave you a cup of poison, and you didn't drop dead. So now, so that's so temporary. But I'm trying to leave something to my children.
Right.
And I'm trying to buy something for my children. So when I was trying to get me a line of credit set up, I know about how lines of credit work, but they're not trying to play the line of credit rule. They trying to act like, you know, when you're white, you're right, and when you're black, get back. And we are trying to trick you and act like you owe a lot of money on your property
to get out.
And if you can't keep making these outlandish payments, then you got to either go somewhere or do something, or sell some of your land that they try to coerce me to do. And I'm saying, I'm not selling none of my land. I'm keeping it for my children. Let them do something with it if they want to. But the deal is, everybody's just acting like nobody know what's going on, and everybody ignorant of the fact. And when I call people, when they call me to speak to me, or when I call and speak to them, and ask them the impertinent questions, and then I ask them, well, are you a lawyer? And then the party will say, oh no, we just someone you can talk to. I don't need a crybaby pep talk. I don't need anybody to sit and cuddle me and sway me and then wave me goodbye. You know, I'm saying, I'll just keep making these payments, and when I sue them for billions of dollars, then they making the payments, or not payments, but you know, me and my money to do what I want to do or need to do. So I'm just letting people know that just don't stop making your payments or give up on making your payments.
You got to maintain.
I have an issue, and I'm making payments to let them know that I have an issue that's alive and well, and that's illegal. And I'm after U.S. Bank, Millennium Group, and the Aquin federal loan. So I'm always talking on television about everyone, but no one's answering. But when you're talking to white folk or white Americans, generally, if I was stealing something, or not that I steal, but I'm saying if I did something that was illegal, they'd be here all day long, all night long, until they can work it out to my loss. But I don't steal.
Well, you know, along that particular point, like the point I was making, you know, we have the county, we got Multnomah County,
Right.
and we've got the city of Portland.
Right.
And the county basically identifies with the social issues, if you will, of the environment. And then the city is in a whole different ballgame. When you do all those high rises and all that other good stuff, and economics and bringing businesses in so people can work and whatever, that's their end over here. So my point is that with the county, they do have an emphasis, if you will, in senior citizens. That should be one of the opportunities, or one of the providers, if you will, talking to the issue that you're just talking to,
right,
should be available to you as a senior.
It should be.
You done paid your dues. You know what I mean?
I done paid my dues.
You done worked for years, if you will.
Absolutely.
Paid your taxes, right?
Right.
You got my
Yes,
point?
yes, I
And
have.
somebody should be there, if you will, that you should be able to access the senior citizen component of Multnomah County, where you can tell your story. Got me?
Absolutely.
And someone could be working in their for your best interest.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to you trying to deal with this entity over here on this end. The entity over here says, well, how do we get the property to build another high rise? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's the deal.
See, it's
the
very important.
thing is that all we want to do is steal your land,
Yeah,
or a portion of your land, and make money. And I'm looking like, look, you just money hungry, just too crazy
right,
to make sense
right,
to yourself and anybody else. And I'm just saying, I'm trying to do something legitimate for all human beings,
right,
where everybody can have somewhere to stay, or at least put together a places to help people get it at a reasonable price. When your friend was here, when was that? What was that gentleman's name? The brother that was here with us. I don't know.
Ovi? Was it Ovi? Or was it, which one was it? In regards to housing? You mean?
Yeah, the housing you told him about, got 25 houses, and we were talking about getting his other brother to come here on the show, but we never did get a chat with him.
You're talking about Fred Stewart, I think it was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Fred Stewart. He's a realtor.
Right.
And he spent quite a bit of time in the Northeast corridor with housing and whatever. And in all due respect, talking to that same issue, all the real estate is gone here to a certain degree. You got me? So now they're going after, in all due respect, the vulnerability within this particular area of the city of Portland, because the price of land is very high right now.
Yes, it is.
So naturally, when you start thinking in terms of what's the next component, the next component to go after the land, are folks that are like yourselves, maybe they're senior citizens, you know what I'm saying, who own houses, you see what I'm saying? And you don't have the time to be trying to go all these intricacies, if you will, trying to fight to talk about something that you're there with. You know, yours is at the point now is that, okay, what can I do to make sure that they maintain the citizenry, if you will, within that particular community. You got my point?
Well,
not get them out on eminent domain. You've heard that word before.
Oh yes, I understand.
Eminent domain. It's not about eminent domain when it comes to people who have paid their taxes and done everything they could, raised their kids, and as you say, trying to save something for their kids and things of that nature. It's not about trying to get rid of those folks. And I think that's a mistake, if you understand what I'm saying? And there should be an entity there that should come in there and prevent that from happening. That's where I'm kind of coming from. And elected officials should know that. Get me?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But when you're speaking to elected officials, I'm just saying you need to get the police involved.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You need to get the FBI, whoever you
Whatever's
need to get
necessary
involved
to keep you there.
But whoever's trying to take my property or rip me out for my property, I need to sue them, and I need to get a lawyer.
Right.
When I've been trying to get a lawyer for years,
Really?
the lawyers will just come and take my money. So you just can pay a nominal fee, a real insignificant fee, and then they'll sit there and try to give me a crybaby talk. And I'm like, I'm not trying to deal with that. I need you to get directly in touch with the people that are trying to commit a fraud against me and bring them to justice. And then they start losing their voice or start they want to keep you on the hook because that's where they're coming from. But the deal is they're not trying to bring nobody to justice, especially when you talk about U.S. Bank, Millennium, or these other companies, you know.
Well, that's why you need, like I said, now the city and the county, in many ways, they tend to provide legal support, but at no charge.
I've never got it.
The county and the city, they've got that service. See,
I've never experienced.
But that's the kind of flyers they should be sending to your house. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've never got it.
Say, look here, these are the things that are available to you at your retirement age or something to that nature, especially if you have property, and especially now. I mean, they're talking about Northeast Portland, if you will. You hear the word gentrification aspect of it, but wait a minute. Why you want to use the word gentrification to get them out, as opposed to what about reinforcing or use a word that said that you're going to keep you where you are. I mean,
Absolutely.
you use those kinds of words.
Yes.
Don't gentrify me.
Yeah,
don't gentrify your seniors, especially who have been in that community, paid their taxes, and paid, bought the house. Now all of a sudden you say, well, gee whiz, what is going on here? Here comes a bond measure for you done already sent your kid to school, and here comes a big bond measure, and the next thing you know, you don't even know anything about it. It didn't pass. The politics and went through the whole deal. Next thing you know, you get your bills, and your taxes just went up. Your payment just went up. You say,
Yes, I'm
where
aware
that
of all
come from?
them. I'm
You say,
aware of all them
yeah,
comments.
but my point still is, where is this coming from? Why me now? You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't have no kids anymore. I didn't pay for mine. See, I guess the point I'm getting is that they should have said that, like this big bond measure that they passed for the city, for the school, Portland Public School.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the largest, if you will, in the state of Oregon, for that matter. And so all of a sudden they taxed the home. See, and I'm saying they should have exempted the seniors. That's what I'm saying. They should have exempted seniors from paying that particular piece. Get me? Because you paid your dues. That's all I'm trying to say. Take it back out on the high rises or something. Those new high rises.
They got money.
Yeah,
they got the money.
Yeah,
they can afford those high rises. I'm not mad about them having to spend more money that they not going to never use, or just be happy they got it, sitting there frolicking in their money and happy we got money.
Right.
But I'm just saying, poor people are set at a certain stage financially, and that's where they're at, because that's the kind of income that we as Negro, colored, black, African Americans have worked all our lives for. We never had those $40 an hour or $50 an hour jobs, or $33 an hour jobs.
Right.
The state get those kind of jobs, and they'll include you in them but you're not getting the $33 an hour or things like that. So you need to be taking home at least $3,000 a month.
Yeah, to survive.
They just to survive, to make ends meet. But they're not trying to give people that kind of money, or put them in a position like that. They're just like saying, well, we got people that will come and you can work through this organization that is whatever the titles it is for the post office and stuff like that, and those jobs pay people a lot of money, but they'll pay them around about $18 an hour, but that ain't a lot of money either. Especially if you got a lot of obligations that you need to fulfill. But then they or steady, whoever's hiring you that is holding you out at bay is taking the lion's share of the money, and that's what they're doing. And you're there working your behind off trying to make ends meet, and you're working overtime, glad to make it, but it's just the fact that it's just when you get you pay your life insurance, you're put into the what is that for? What is
401k.
401k.
Right, that's the retirement piece.
Yes, absolutely. And then when you for your medical, you got all that money tied up. So now you got a fistful of money tied up, and you're still working your behind off. Trying to make more money to line
or retired not being able to pick up the bills.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Because the way that our system's supposed to work, after a certain period of time, let's say you reach retirement age, right? You've heard that before. It went from 65 to 70 years old or something like that, and then a new crew comes. But by that particular time, a person, their retirements, if you will, and what little savings that they had was supposed to be enough to accommodate, if you will, the bills for their home. Fair? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so to me, now within the system, within our system, our government system, they're supposed to have it such that they have planners that can look at in the future, if you will.
Yes.
Once a person gets to a certain age and says, okay, fine, we're going to have these kinds of building, high rise over here in this particular land, but we're not going to take this property over here because we want to make sure we keep that citizenry there. You got my point?
Right.
Keep that stable. And then if you do something over here and you want to put high rise here to accommodate the millenniums or young people or middle class or whatever. But the idea is that, okay, fine, well, we don't want to disrupt this situation here, see? So we want to make sure that if we have to, quote, put new buildings, if you will, or refurbish our school system and this, that, and the other, well, we don't want to tax this person over here because they're already in a stable kind of a situation.
Absolutely,
Keep
yes.
them where they are. You got my
Right,
point? So
right.
do not, in this inclusionary situation, that bond should not reflect being put on that particular person. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's very true. And
I think that's within reason, right? You got my point?
that's within reason.
That's within reason. That's big. But for some strange reason, Cecil, we're not talking like this anymore. I mean, we're just not talking like that. The next thing,
and the price of the property just goes up.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
So now you got a person that made money back in the day, but that money is chicken feed now.
Right. And the same thing, like you said, you're at an age now, you want to stay in your home. You know what I mean? You're not interested in all due respect, you're not interested in selling the house at that point in time, because if you sold it, you couldn't qualify to buy a house that you just sold. For the price you sold. So it just doesn't make any sense. So the name of the game is that folks need to think of that, because they put that money out there too. Mm-hmm. Let's say you got in the house for let's say to start with, say $25,000 or $30,000, and now you're sitting in the house today and they're selling you today in this price right now in this area. They say, well, it's worth $300,000.
Right.
Well, naturally you got a lot of pressure from the kids. Folks are trying to do it over here, and you say, well, look, I just want to keep it. I just want to stay in my own home. You know what I mean? I don't need the $300,000. Just let me stay in my home, because if I got the $300,000, the pressure going to be on the kids. That's typical. You're going to just say this, that, and the other, and the next thing you know, you say, well, where am I going to go now? And the millennium kids nowadays, wait a minute, I don't have no place for pops now. You know what I'm saying? It's just a tough situation.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
because back in the day, a person could buy a 4 and 5 or 6 bedroom home.
Yeah.
For a really decent price.
Yeah, $25,000, $30,000.
Yeah, but now if you're trying to do it in 2017,
hey,
yeah, that's like a dream talk.
Well, that's like I said. My point is, you got it for $34,000. Now it's worth $400,000. They come to you and say, okay, fine, why don't you sell your house? Okay, you sell your house for $400,000, and then by the time they take the taxes out, you're down to about $250,000, right?
Right.
I mean, now you're trying to find a house maybe next door, and they want $400,000 or $500,000 for it.
Right.
And it's the first thing they say: do you have a job?
Right.
And how much money do you have in the bank?
Right.
I mean, you got to show me how you're going to be able to make those payments, right?
Right.
Unless you pay cash for it. You
right.
And I just got the cash. I had $400,000, but by the time I got to the point that I could buy that house, I don't have $400,000.
Right.
And even if it was $400,000, I couldn't qualify.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Because people are playing games.
Yes. So senior citizens, I think that's an area that they need to reconsider. It's in the county. That's their job. And all due respect, that's one of the reasons why I'm running.
Well, I'm glad you're running.
I'm a senior citizen too.
Well,
so I'm
yes,
being selfish myself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm happy you're running as a senior citizen for which county?
For the county. Multnomah County.
Good.
This one right here, District 2.
Great.
And it's very important. And it's not just kind of being a selfish, like this is kind of like blue sky stuff. If anything, I should be retired, taking it easy, whatever. But I can't afford not to.
Amen.
Just the conversation you're having is the same conversation as at my house too.
Absolutely. Yeah. you gotta protect your property. You gotta protect your ends.
That's right.
The lights are going up. The water bills are going up.
So we gotta do something.
Yeah. So it's not like the old days
That's
where
right.
the lights they used to encourage you to just let your lights just run all night.
Oh yeah.
You know. But now
somebody say, well, no, you having some impact on the fish.
Yeah. And then when
you got to turn the water down slow enough so the fish can run.
Absolutely, yes, that's what they're doing. And then when they got light bulbs that take a 25-watt bulb and give you 100 watts.
Yeah, yeah.
So the light company's looking like, well, we losing money. So now you can turn all your lights off, during they're off, and during they're walking in the dark.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We might be laughing about it, but it's serious. It's a serious situation.
And then all of a sudden, the people started, the light company just said, well, we got to up the bill.
That's right. That's right.
We got to up the bill because the money we were taking in, when we had told people they could burn the lights all night and day.
Right.
They ain't doing that no more.
Right. Or they come by and check your house and say, well, look like your wiring is shortage.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got to change your wires. I say, well, okay, go and change them. Well, but this is how much it's going to cost you.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, so now you got the porch lights don't burn, so you got...
boy, I tell you.
Yeah, you got...
But it's a tough situation.
It's a tough situation. And you're being punished for it.
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be that.
Exactly. And you see, these are the kinds of conversations, in all due respect, I run. Hopefully, I don't care who runs. At least I'm going to be at the table to talk.
Amen. Yes.
Win or lose, I'm going to be at the table to make that an issue. In fact, bring them over here to you so you can interview them.
Oh, I would.
And ask them the question.
Yes.
Well, look here. I'm a senior citizen, so what are you going to do for me?
Yeah.
How are you going to compensate seniors like us?
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, if not that, what about this? What about this? Because too often today now it's just kind of if you have enough money. I've been there before. If you don't have the money, there's no sense in even running because a lot of times they just put those nice, pretty brochures or whatever, right?
Right.
Or you listen to TV or radio and you the old Colgate commercials like that.
Yes.
You say Colgate, have it, Colgate, and then you get down to the pole, you just say, well, Colgate, I'm okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Right.
You see, so I thought.
What we got? 10 minutes. Thank you, brother.
Okay. Well, look here. This has been great. I'm glad you had me here for a minute. You know, I got to go run over there. Can you close? Can you close it up now? You okay?
Oh, I'm in great shape.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, now I'm sorry that Miss Rayford, you better come on down here now because you're supposed to be here today.
Yeah, she's supposed to be here. Yeah.
And you know she's out there and she's dealing with the people, and it's an issue that we need. I realize she got a lot of issues on her table too, but Ms. Rayford, you need to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you see, I set it up for everybody.
You was ready for days. You know what I'm saying?
What about that?
I'm gonna get a little earlier. I'm gonna get here a little earlier the next time, just in case nobody shows up.
No, absolutely.
I'll be here. You know, just like I'm doing now.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, it don't make no difference if people come and go.
Right.
Because I know that I got things to say, and I'm gonna say them.
Right.
What about that person that we're gonna be on your show?
Right.
The one that's running for, or the one that is running for a school teacher or whatever.
Oh, we're talking about the school. Well, he was on the school board talking about Steve Buell.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll have him on. I'll give him a call because we need to talk about that. You got my point? Because there's some major issues. Like I said, we got the new superintendent here now, Portland Public Schools.
Okay. You want to talk about that for a minute, or do you have?
I got to go because I got to put that on the show.
I got you.
But I tell you what I'll do now. I'll just make it a point just to be here at 3.
Right.
Point, just in case they don't show up. Nobody shows up.
Oh yeah, I don't care if they show up or not.
But I got a lot to say.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, and then tell those other folks who might be looking at running for office, whether it be for the city council, or whether it be for the county, the legislature, governor, anybody that I have that'll be coming on my show. I'm just going to bring him over here right up front.
You can bring him over, and I look forward to it.
Okay, sounds good. Cecil, always a pleasure.
Always a
pleasure, my friend.
Okay, stay blessed.
Okay, keep that house going. Now, keep that house on.
Oh, you know I'm going to keep the house.
Let your house go. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let it go. I had it for before my son was.
Okay, all right, my friend.
Okay, have a blessed one. Okay, have a great show.
Okay. Tell them to join the show. I'm going to have a good deal on this show.
Okay, well, you could have mentioned your show right now.
Well, yeah, well, just basically, we're going to talk about this whole issue. All these guys doing this sexual harassment stuff, that's big stuff nowadays.
Oh, beautiful, amen.
We're talking about that aspect of it, Wapato and the county and things of that nature.
Okay, great, okay.
Thanks again.
Okay, so you have a blessed show.
Sure.
Okay, he's on Channel 11 and on what YouTube. Okay, all right. Well, we had a great time, Brother Broussard. Thank you very much again. And I will let all you people out there in TV land know that you're welcome to come. If you come early or late, we'll get you on. At least we try and get you on. But if you're playing to win, then try to be on time That way, all our time will be put to value, because that's what it's all about. Poor folk community for justice, and God Almighty we trust. God Almighty loves you, and I love you too. So I want you people to know that. And I'm trying to find out exactly which camera. I don't see no. Oh, I see my camera. Okay, so that's what's going on, and it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be easy living and play to win. Stay strong. And as far as keeping my home, I'll keep it. But it's just the fact that I've spent a lot of money. But I'm going to sue for a lot of money. And I need the lawyers. I believe, like I said, in the near future, I have a D.E.A. coming to be interviewed and to talk about. I'm going to definitely approach him about what I'm talking about, my issues, because we'll be on the air. Hopefully he'll touch on the subject if he's real, and I'm saying if he's real because this is a very important subject to talk on. Most people just want to talk in general about some of everything and something, but my issue is talking about issues that apply to people right now, today, and tomorrow. And my issue is about trying to play to win. That's what I'm talking about. You people out there in TV land, some of you people are sitting there shaking like a leaf in a winter wind. And I'm just saying, look, and shivering and shaking and nervous. But I'm saying, just get strong, pay attention, and bring people to justice. Because when you bring people to justice, the next one won't be so anxious to try and do you wrong or to play you out of pocket. And that's why I say I've been to prison before. I just did my time just easy living, because I didn't care, because I was there to bring people to. Where you at, Brother Ron? Oh, 5 minutes? Okay. To bring people to justice. And when I was filing all kind of cases and all kind of charges, I was trying to let them know, look, you got me twisted. I'm not here because you cats are trying to do something illegal. You people are just here because, just like what you did with O.J. Simpson, you just can't wait to clown somebody. And when you think you got it together, when you think you white, you right, or white American, you're thinking that I'll just bring him to justice. We just got to get some other people to come raise some cane, and then we'll just stomp him out. And then the paperwork never got good, never got in their favor. And to this day, never got in their favor. So they tried to we'll just give you 15 days if you would concede to these charges. I'm saying, I'm not conceding to nothing. I'm playing to win, and I'm going to get up. They said, okay, we're going to just drop the whole 9 yards on you. Try to use those scare tactics. I'm looking like, well, it's like you can use the scare tactics, and you probably can put me in prison because that's how it go. I'm in your courtroom, and you people are talking on the side of your neck. But I'm just saying, I'm legally correct, but how am I going to prove it? And that's where I'm at. And I worked real hard to get out. I filed a lot of papers and bought a lot of law books. People just looked at it, denied. But one day, all these different books that I bought and used and issues that I raised, it'll show that I was telling it correctly. And the people that they try to play me out of pocket are saying, hey, you all right. You didn't do nothing. Everything's fine. And they cleared me in their hearts and minds. And the situation is, my mind's resolved. And I'm still moving forward. Everybody, we didn't age a little bit, and that's how it goes. But the same scam they try to do with O.J. Simpson, they'll put you in jail, they'll put you under the jail because they just want that victory. We just got to win a case. We just got to be right. And that's why I use the term, when you're white, you're right, because that's the kind of scam people try to run. When the people trying to get my property, when people are trying to put me in jail, when people are trying to do all kind of evil things, when people are trying to take my cars. I had a ton of cars. I just didn't even go back and get them. I had several cars that I did go back and get, but someone is taking them, or just the fact that I'm like saying, I got this transportation because it's excellent shape, it runs real well, and life is good. And I went back and got that, and then the people charged me for getting the car out of tow. So even when it's stolen from you, you got to go and pay to get it out. I used to think that, well, they'll just return it to you because it was stolen. They're saying, oh no, we got to get paid. We stored it for you for 2 days and try to make it more days than that, but had the cash, put it on them, and got on down the road. What we got? 1 minute? Okay, thank you, Brother Ron. I got 1 minute. Yeah, that's what I have. About 30 seconds. So I just want to let you, one of the people out there in TV land, know that I enjoyed what Brother Broussard was talking about. Praise God. You happy Thanksgiving to all you people out there. And from our wonderful staff, Sister Ellie and Brother Ron, happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. And I guess that's it. So I guess that's what I had to say, and I said. So it'll start rolling the credits, and we're done. Well, I guess. Oh.